Hi everyone, welcome to episode 3 of our English to Take Away podcast. My name is Richard, also known as the Grammar Goat, and I'm delighted to introduce my co-host.
My name is Jordan, and you may know me from English Lingo or English Lingo with Jordan across social media. Um, Episode 3, I can't wait to get started, Richard. How about yourself?
Yeah, the same. Sit back, relax, practice and improve your listening skills with us. With some casual conversations about life, about what we've been doing, some interesting news stories, and I think, Jordan, we're going to do another role play as well later, aren't we? Practicing some English in a specific real world situation, right?
Perfect. Sounds good to me. The last one worked really nicely. That was a great one that we had regarding.
Oh, I saw a fly there land on your head.
It
Was that a
did.
fly or a mosquito? What was that?
It was definitely a fly. Luckily, the mosquitoes are not around at the moment. Maybe in an hour or so they might come out. Yes, that was a fly that landed right on my head.
Yeah, well, I must say, flies are okay, but I really hate mosquitoes. I don't know about you.
Oh
Um,
god, yeah. We get a lot of mosquitoes in the early evening, and we just like if you go outside, you get bitten to shred. Like it's horrible. They can really be quite aggressive actually. So no, I don't like mosquitoes one bit at all.
so,
So
for those of you who don't know, Jordan is actually in the Philippines. Jordan lives in the
yes,
Philippines with
yes.
I'd say a tropical climate. Jordan, would you say?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would agree with you. Yeah, absolutely. It's around sort of on average like 30 degrees the whole year. So it does fluctuate up and down a little bit, but on average around about 30 degrees. Yes. So quite hot.
Whereas I'm, of course, in the beautiful UK with grey skies and wet weather for most of the year. But saying that, we don't have that same problem with mosquitoes and bugs and creepy
True.
creepy crawlies as well. There's another one.
Yeah, I know. I think it's the same one. It seem to be attracted to my lights. So we might have a special guest for this episode.
Looks like we have got a special guest. Creepy crawlies. What kind
Yes.
of creepy crawlies do you get in the Philippines?
Oh, good question. So an interesting one that we saw probably a couple of months ago. We went for a walk up in the mountains, and my daughter found a millipede.
Wow.
Yeah, about that long actually. It was pretty big. It was huge. I'd never seen a millipede before that size, and it was just walking across the pathway, and yeah, it was really interesting for me actually. So millipedes are one. Lots of caterpillars, lots and lots of caterpillars. It's very popular area for butterflies. So yeah, we get a lot of caterpillars sometimes, um, and we get some interesting bugs that I wouldn't even know the names of. Yeah, I've seen a few, not many, but I've seen a few that I don't even know. This is a good phrase. I don't even have the foggiest idea of what they are called. Um, yeah, it's beyond me to be honest. They look a little bit strange, and yeah, I don't even know the names of them sometimes.
Are you okay with bugs and things? Because in my house, my
Mm,
wife and my daughter, they hate bugs, spiders especially. So there's
wow.
often, a scream from somewhere in the house, and I'm the hero. I come to the rescue. Um, so normally a tiny little spider. I never kill it because Bad
Yeah.
luck, isn't it, to kill a spider? So I'm always very careful and take the spider outside. But
Right.
yeah, in my house, I'm always the bug catcher.
Right.
What about in your house in the Philippines? How are your family with bugs?
Um, yeah, we're all right with them actually because we have some spiders, and I would imagine that they are huge compared to what you've just explained. Sometimes you can even find huntsman spiders actually.
Really?
Um, yeah, 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 yeah.
Whoa.
We just leave them to do whatever they want to do. I generally, if I can get them, I put them outside, but I don't really disturb them too much. They can do whatever they want to do. My daughter actually is okay with them. She can be a bit apprehensive, but she's become a little bit more chilled out around them now and just says, "Look, there's a spider." I'm like, yes, that's his spider. Let's leave it there. Like, don't worry about it. So yeah, not too bad actually. We're pretty good.
How big are we talking when you're talking about huntsman spiders? How big are these spiders then? Because as I said, UK spiders are.
The
You
size of my hand.
serious?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just what in your home on the wall or outside or
yeah. In the house.
in the house? You
Yeah.
say it. You say it sort of so nonchalant, so relaxed, and like it's nothing. I think I would probably have a heart attack if I saw a spider half that size in my house.
Yeah. I no, I don't know. I just I've I've not lived here for very long, 9 months now, but I have quickly become used to it. I'm not. I'm just don't. I'm not worried about them too much because I think that if I'm scared, then it makes things just a lot worse in terms of they might try to bite you or whatever. So I don't know. I really don't. I don't pay much attention to them too much, to be fair. I had interestingly, we have lizards that are on the sort of the roofs and the walls. I would say that there's probably about 10 or 15 lizards that are living on each of our apartments that we have along here, and they come into the rooms sometimes. They you'd see them running across the walls. Yeah, you get used to it. It's part and parcel of everyday life.
For sure, that's amazing. I'm actually really pleased that that fly landed on your forehead because that was
Yeah,
actually a really interesting discussion. I'm going to tell my wife and my kids all about the huntsman spiders that live in your
yeah,
home. That's amazing.
absolutely. Yeah,
Wow.
it's
Um,
I think it's kind of it's just the sheer difference between the I would say the climates, isn't it? Because of the climate in England is usually quite cold. We don't get a lot of the larger creepy crawlies, but if you visit somewhere that is quite hot, warm, Australia is another good example. Southeast Asia, where I
yeah,
live, they're often a lot bigger than what we find in the UK. So it's just partly due to the temperature and the climate, I think, really. So, but yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely not the best place for somebody who doesn't like spiders and creepy crawlies.
yeah, no, exactly. It doesn't sound like it, but oh, amazing. So I interrupted you anyway. You were talking about role plays, I think,
Oh
before the
yeah,
fly landed on
yeah,
your head.
yeah. The role play of what happens when a fly hits you on the head. Um, No, I was saying that the last role play that we did in the last episode regarding the hotel situation was really, really good. And I think today's role play is going to be just as effective and good as last week's one as well. So yeah, please sit back and enjoy, and you will have hopefully a lot of vocabulary and phrases to take away with you after this episode, indeed. But I want to start with one thing, because I was browsing through Richard's Instagram earlier, and I noticed one interesting thing. You were at quite an event yesterday, weren't you?
I was, yeah. I had a really interesting evening, actually. Yeah, I was invited by YouTube to attend their Creator Collective event in
Awesome.
central London. It was, yeah, it was so interesting actually to network and meet with other creators in so many different areas.
Ah,
I met a few also in education like us, but I also met other creators in gaming, fitness and lifestyle, DIY. So many really interesting creators. It was really nice to talk about content creation, talk about our work, because I think often as content creators we do work in isolation, don't we? A little bit. So it,
yes.
it was it was really interesting. They had an after party as well, and
Okay.
so Mark Ronson was DJing. He's quite
Wow.
quite a really big sort of music producer and DJ.
Yeah.
And I met someone famous as well that
Okay.
my kids were really pleased about. So
Yeah.
before I went to the event, my kids joked to me and said, "Oh, Dad, I wonder if the Sidemen are going to
Ah,
be at the event."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the Sidemen they're a group of creators, aren't they, who are the biggest creators in the UK for
Yeah.
YouTube. So I got into the after party and sort of walked to the back of the room almost, and some of the sidemen were there, which was really
Wow.
great. So
That's cool.
I went up to one of them and I started chatting, and yeah, we got a selfie that I sent to my kids. So now for about 24 hours I'm the cool dad now. Um,
some
but it was
some cool points with the kids.
all points with the kids, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so that was going to be my question to you actually from my story.
Yes.
Have you ever met anyone famous?
Oh, nice question, actually. And the answer is yes. I have met someone. Probably, I would say she is very famous. In terms of TV, she was an actress on a very, very popular TV show. And I'm not sure if you have watched it, but are you familiar with the series 24?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
With
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay. So I met so on the actual, sorry, in the program, his daughter is Alicia Cuthbert, is the actress's name. I met her at a hotel in Canada.
Oh
Yes.
wow. Was that
Yeah.
just by was it by chance? It was a coincidence that you were both there at the same time, or?
No, I was working at the hotel. I was actually part of the front of house team. So we worked in the lobby and in sort of the driveway area. And I was a valet. So I drove the cars, I helped the guests and things. And her boyfriend at the time, I think husband now, he's a hockey player as well. Um, yeah, they basically got out and people recognized her, and of course I watched the show, so I recognized her as well. um, and then her boyfriend decided to give me a big case of Red Bull.
Really? Oh wow! You did you look
uh,
tired? Did you look tired at the time, or?
I must have done. um, but yeah, it was one of those chance opportunities to meet somebody famous. Really, I yeah, I wouldn't say that I got talking or anything like that. Just exchanged a few words, but no, it's interesting when you do see these people, because she is tiny in real
Oh,
life.
oh,
She's so
really?
small. Yeah, on the screen, you think she's, she's quite tall and that, but she's really really tiny in real life. You don't. I'm not the tallest of people anyway, but I was surprised at yeah, how small she was. So yeah, meeting them in real life is quite interesting sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
That's
well,
cool.
yeah, as I said, it was also, yeah, pretty surreal to meet some of the sidemen, and yeah, it was a really really interesting event. So I really enjoyed it, and yeah,
Cool.
good chance to network and meet new people. So it was really good fun.
do you do you think these types of events are important for YouTube creators and Instagram creators? I mean, generally influencers. Do you think these kind of events are important for those people?
Yeah, no, definitely, because I think as well as sort of being networking opportunities, you can get some really interesting insights as well into the industry, to new developments across the different platforms. So yeah, and it was just nice to go out because you know we work a lot, don't we, right, on our
Yes.
various projects, and when we travel, we travel, but we're filming and we're still working. So yeah, it was nice to go out, and I met my son as well before in London,
Oh, cool.
which was great. So yeah, it was a nice day. Thank you. Yeah, really good day.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I think these kind of events are very, very important due to the fact that, as you said, is we can actually network, we can come together and maybe collaborate with some people who you meet at these events as well. And I would imagine that a lot of the top YouTubers as well, they met at some of these events, probably in America or in other countries as well. So they're a very good way of elevating the sort of influencer career of someone as well. It's kind of it's a really good event actually that they decided to put on, I think, which is kind of cool. So yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
awesome.
How about you, Jordan? What have you been up to? What have you been doing this
Oh,
week?
interestingly enough, this morning, as you are the grammar goat, you'll be pleased to know we have two new goats in our herd.
I'm so
Yes.
happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that. That's amazing.
Yes. They were born this morning. So yeah, the herd is growing.
The herd is growing. So that's, are you up to 16 now? Is that right? Or
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah,
yeah.
we're up to about 16, I think. So we've still got one, two. We've still got two that are probably going to give birth very soon, and then we have another four that will give birth probably a month or so later. So yeah, it could be huge by the end of the year.
I mean, there'll be sort of goats running in the background of the podcast, won't there? By the end of the
Maybe,
year, they'll be
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, maybe
Um,
that could be that could be a fun one. I could try and do an episode from the farm.
I would love that, Jordan. I would absolutely love that. You know, I love goats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be kind
that's
of cool.
amazing. What else have you been up to this week?
So actually, my wife and I decided to join a local gym. It's not too far away, only about 5 or 10 minutes. But yeah, we joined the gym yesterday, so it's really nice to get back into it. Actually, it's been a long time.
I'm sure you're going to love it. I mean, going to the gym and gym training is great for your body, great for your mind and your mental health as well. Are you going to be doing mostly cardio, so sort of running, rowing, cycling, or mostly weight training with the machines and things, or are you going to do like a combination? Do you think of both?
So I think that I'm gonna stick to my cardio being sort of the walks along the beach. I like that. It's more fun. It's more interesting. I find cardio in the gym to be a little bit boring, and it can feel like it's forever, which I don't particularly enjoy. So I'm going to stick to weight training more than cardio. I'll probably do a little bit of cardio in the gym, but not too much. I want to focus mostly on lifting weights, just because I was reading and I think I was watching something on social media as well that they say after 40, which I'm approaching 40 next year, your muscles actually start deteriorating if you don't use them. So, lifting weights is a much needed exercise for people who want to keep their muscle. And yeah, I certainly don't want my muscles deteriorating.
No, for sure. I mean, so in the UK, there's a huge gym culture now, particularly in the last few years. The gym is booming. It's so popular. How about in the Philippines? Is there a big gym culture, or is it just emerging? It's becoming more popular.
I think again among the foreign people living here, the gym culture is very very big. Of course, there are plenty of local Filipinos that do go to the gym as well. Um, I think the one issue that people do have is the cost. They don't usually have the extra disposable income to spend on going to the gym. It can be a little bit costly if they are paying monthly fees, etc. So it's not so big just purely because of the cost of things.
Yeah,
And even though in England the cost of membership is very very high as opposed to here, it still is a little bit of a struggle for most local people to be able to afford it, unfortunately. So
sure.
yeah, it might grow in the future, of course. Yeah, did you always have an interest in the gym, or did you get into it recently in the boom of the gym culture?
Yeah, no, I've always loved going to the gym as a hobby. I actually used to be a gym instructor about 10 years ago. I used to work part time in a gym as a fitness instructor. So, yeah, I mean, I love going to the gym. Great for the body, but as I said, also great for the mind as well. And
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I've got my oldest son into the gym as well, so he loves the gym as well as a hobby. So yeah, I think it's a really great hobby to have actually. Going to the gym.
fantastic.
When's your first session? When are you going back?
Well, we actually did our session yesterday, and um, probably about 45 minutes to an hour we spent in there. And
Great.
then tomorrow morning, I think we're probably going to try and go up early and get the workout finished before doing all of the other things that we need to do in the day. But yeah, I think half the battle is getting to it, right? You
Yeah.
mentally say to yourself, okay, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and then you don't do it. So I'm pleased that we have finally joined, and now we have the age old excuse that we have to use it because we paid for it. So
Exactly, which is a big incentive, isn't it? Yeah,
of
exactly.
course, of course.
Yeah, you're
How
right.
often
You're
do you
right.
go?
Sorry, say that again, Jordan. I missed that.
No worries. How often do you go? What's your usual like routine like?
Yeah, so generally twice a week or three times a week. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Again, I used to be really, really into the gym in my 30s and in my 20s. I'd go every day. Sometimes I'm a bit more relaxed with that now, so I treat it as a bit of me time, a bit of
Mm.
relaxation time. So when I'm feeling a bit stressed, or yeah, I just fancy going out somewhere, I'll go to the gym. There's a gym really nearby where we live, like a 5 minute walk. So it's very convenient, perfect for me, actually.
Awesome. That sounds great. Yeah, very good. And do you find that the gyms now are more full than they used to be? Like, do you see the number of members increasing a lot more?
So you always get in January lots of newbies. So lots of newcomers, new people to the gym. So traditionally January is a really busy month in the gym.
Yeah.
Lots of people. Many people, I think, their New Year's resolution in January is I want to get fitter, I want to get healthier, and they join the gym. But then what tends to happen is February, lots of them stop
Yeah.
going to the gym, and
Yeah.
then yeah, the gym gets quieter, and it's more manageable again. My gym actually it's open 24 hours a day, so it's open
Wow.
day and night. So that means also that it's never really, really, really busy because you can go
Right.
anytime, which is
Yeah.
great, very convenient.
Even on Sundays?
Oh yeah, every day of the year,
Wow.
you know, yeah, day and night it's open. So
That
great for people as well, like doctors or nurses, people working night shifts,
yeah,
um, or
that's
yeah,
cool.
it's
Our
perfect.
our one closes for 2 hours for lunch.
Okay, that's a different mindset, isn't it? Slightly
so,
different philosophy there.
so we have we basically have like two shifts. You've got the morning shift, which is 6 a.m. to 12 midday,
Yeah,
and then you've got a 2 hour lunchtime closed closation, whatever you want to call it,
yeah,
and then you've got 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 8 p.m. And they close at 8 p.m., which I know for people living in England is crazy because usually gyms are open, at least the ones that close, they are open probably until like 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, the one that I used to work at closed around about 11 o'clock at night, actually. So, yeah, it's very different here.
yeah. No, I mean, now in the UK, this is interesting because, of course, you haven't been back to the UK for about 6 years, have you? So
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
you'll notice when you come back and visit that yeah, now there are many gym chains that have opened up
Ah,
all across the country, and often these gym chains, they're like quite affordable, so they're
yeah.
quite cheap, and they're open 24/7, so they're open day and night.
Wow.
um, just because I think competition is so fierce,
Yeah.
and so they have to keep up and they have to match what other gyms offer and what other gyms have. So yeah, you'll see gyms everywhere now in towns and cities in the UK. Everywhere.
Right, interesting. That's cool.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
interesting indeed. Wow. And speaking of interesting, um, we don't really have like too many stories for today, but I do have one thing that I wanted to bring up, and I wanted to ask you about something that has changed over the last few years, and that is about the internet. And have you ever heard of brain rot? Are you familiar with what brain rot is?
I think I am. Yeah, through my kids actually, because my kids
Okay.
often use that word. Go on. Can you give us a definition of brain rot?
Sure, sure. So I've actually looked it up, and it says that brain rot is the feeling of being unable to think about anything other than a specific piece of media, like social media content, a meme, or a cultural phenomenon. And usually these are from social media, like on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Um, and they basically try to alter what people think and what they're generally going through throughout the day. So a lot of people are using this terminology now as brain rot because people spend a lot of time using social media.
Yeah, great, great. I mean, it's a. I was going to say it's a great word. Obviously, it's not great to have brain rot, is it? But it is a quite a fun and quite a memorable word, isn't it? To have
Yes,
brain rot.
yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. And I think that there are a lot of new vocabulary and new words that are created through social media, because of, we live in an age of internet,
Mm.
sort of kids nowadays, and they create their own phrases and words that become very popular. And I think nowadays the vocabulary that is used is far different to what I was used to growing up.
Yeah, absolutely. I reckon that's a good idea actually for a future episode to do some slang, but not just maybe not just slang, but sort of real current slang. I mean, I can talk to my kids. I've got three teenagers,
Yeah.
um, so I'll get some really fun, really nice, interesting expressions, and maybe I'll give you a slang test, Jordan, because obviously you've been outside of the UK for a
Yes.
while. You
Yes.
won't have heard many of these new words, I'm sure. So I'm going to write that down to remind me. Going to make a slang quiz, Jordan, for you next time.
Awesome. Sounds good to me. I love
Cool.
it. And speaking of quizzes, I have wanted to get you to do this. I have a brain rot quiz for you.
Okay.
If you're interested in taking it,
Of
um,
course.
to see if you have brain rot.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All
I'm
right.
interested to see.
So, what's the word for those strange little men stuck in toilets? Is it bowl boys? Is it skibbity? Is it toilet snakes? Or is it plumbing gnomes?
Think it is it Skibbity?
You are correct. Well done. Very good. Awesome.
Not sure whether I should be happy or not happy that I knew that actually.
Yeah, I'm interested. How did you know that?
Well, again, teenager. I live with teenagers, so
Exactly. Yeah. You tend to pick up a lot of things, right, from
oh god, yeah,
teenagers. Yeah,
of
when
course,
you're around them. So
yeah, of course.
cool. The next one. What does Riz refer to? Charisma or charm, a bad mood, uh, the fizzy foam at the top of a soda or fizzy drink, uh, a sort of raspberry blueberry candy flavor.
It's the first one. It's charisma or charm, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's kind of a good one because it shows the sort of the shortened version of it, right? Charisma. So it's easy for people to kind of link together, I think, which is good. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
awesome, good. Now this one, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pronounce this properly, but I'll give it a go. Which body part is typically associated with the term gyat? Is it biceps? Is it the butt or the bottom? Is it hair or is it the face?
Can you spell that for me? How do you spell that word?
Oh, spelling bee this time. Don't ask me to use it in a sentence, please. Gyat, Gyatt.
I have no idea. I'm gonna guess. It's the bottom, the bum.
Yes, very good.
Am I
You are
correct?
correct.
I'm
Yes.
three. I'm 3 out of 3 so far. Wow, I'm
You
on.
got
I'm on fire here. I'm on
Yeah,
fire.
you got 3 for 3. Yeah. At the
Okay.
end, if you get a good score, you got to try and put the fireworks up again.
Okay, I'll try. Try.
um, which of these terms refers to talking a bit of your friend? Oh, sorry, my mistake. Which of these terms refers to taking a bite of your friend's food? Is it phantom tax? Is it treat toll, sorry, or is it goody tax, or is it snack sneaking?
I have absolutely no idea. I'll go for the last one. Snack sneaking.
It's phantom tax, actually.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Never heard of that. Wow.
Um, yeah. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure where it comes from, but yeah, phantom tax is when you take a bite or take some of your friend's food. Yes.
Okay.
Uh, number 5, nearly halfway through. Which term describes someone who is a bit of a lone wolf and may even be better than an alpha? Is it a zeta or zeta? Is it sigma? Is it omega? Or is it beta?
Sigma.
Way, good, good, good. Perfect. Nice.
Nice.
Um, in which US state are wild, strange, unfortunate things most likely to happen according to the internet? Is it only in Ohio, only in Florida, only in Alaska, or only in Mississippi?
Oh no, I've definitely got brain rot because I know this one as well. It's Ohio.
Richard, this is going really
This is
well for you.
this is serious, Jordan. This is serious.
All right, number 7. Which of these people is a football player known for their riz? And I believe by football, they're talking about American football.
Oh.
So might be difficult. Baby Gronk, Baby Yoda, Grimace, or Kai Cenat?
What, these are American football players, are they?
I don't think they are all American. But the question says, which of these people is a football player known for their riz?
Oh, right. I have absolutely no idea, Jordan. Tell me, I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah. The answer is Baby Gronk.
Baby
Yes.
Gronk. Wow.
I don't know who Baby Gronk is. I must admit, I am out of the loop on this one.
Yeah, I've never heard. Never. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, never heard of.
No, you don't
Never heard of it.
apologize. That's a good thing. The next one. What is mewing? A way of flirting, um, imitating a Pokemon character as a joke, the sound a cat makes, or a tongue exercise.
I think it's a tongue exercise.
And you are correct. Yes,
Oh no.
very good. Very good. Yeah. Oh, yeah, fireworks time. Good, good, good. Two more to go. What might you call someone who's totally in denial about their crush? Goated. Interesting. Quirked up, Rizmaster, or Delulu?
I've no idea. Rizmaster?
No, the answer is Delulu.
Delulu, never heard of it.
Maybe delusional.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
Possibly.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Like I'm just doing it from a vocabulary point of view here. I'm not. I have no idea, but maybe it's from that possibly.
sure.
Um, all right, and this one here it says the last one, last question, number 10. Who is your sunshine? Um, Le Bonbon, My Boo, Sigma Squidward, or Ban Ban?
I've no absolutely. Is this still English?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not. Bam. Is it the last one?
Okay. No, it's Le
Oh,
Bonbon.
the bonbon. Heard of it? Wow.
I have no idea. Right, let's go and calculate your results. Uh,
Okay.
see what you have got. You you scored 6 out of 10, and apparently you've got a little brain rot. So there we go.
Okay. Well, it's not as serious as I thought. Then, Jordan, a little bit of brain rot. I'll accept that. I think. What a fantastic quiz. I think actually that was sort of slang, wasn't it?
Little bit, yeah,
Teenage slang. Yeah, that was amazing.
yeah.
The
In
yeah
internet creation of slang, isn't it? Of course, and
yeah
maybe many of the people listening to the podcast possibly have um, come across some of these words, or they have children who are of that age that might know them. And yeah, it's always interesting to learn about these new phrases or new vocabulary that they tend to invent. So yeah, it's an interesting one indeed.
absolutely yeah. Thanks for bringing that to the podcast, Jordan. That was brilliant.
Ah,
I
my
really enjoyed
pleasure.
that. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess shall we move into the role play segment?
Perfect. Sounds good.
We got a few emails this week, didn't we? We've chosen
We did.
Agnieszka from Poland.
That's right. Yes.
So Agnieszka's asked about a doctor
Right.
patient role
Yeah.
play. I guess yeah, maybe to find out some polite English. Also, I guess to learn some English to describe different symptoms when you're ill.
Yes.
Um, so
Yeah.
let's give it a go. Who do
Awesome.
you want to be, Jordan? Do you want to be the doctor or the patient?
Oh yeah. I'll be Dr. Page for today. Yes.
Okay. Oh, brilliant. Okay. So I'm the patient then. All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
let's start. I'll start with a knock.
Yes. Please come in.
Hi, doctor. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. What seems to be the problem today?
Yeah, thanks for seeing me. I've got a few different complaints and problems that I've had for a while. The first one is I've got a very sore throat. I've had a sore throat now for a few days.
Okay. Right. And have you done anything that may have aggravated uh your throat, or have you been around anyone who has had a cough or a cold recently?
I don't think so, Doctor. No, but my sore throat is accompanied by a dry cough,
Okay,
and a headache as well, Doctor.
right. Have you taken any medication for any of these symptoms recently?
I haven't, Doctor. No. The other thing is, I think I might have a temperature.
Okay. We'll check your temperature for you. No problem. And what I would like to do is to give you some course of medication, and I think this will be for about 5 days. If it still persists, then please come back to me and we will try another solution. But I think this will work. And also, I would suggest to lay off any alcohol for the time being while you're on medication. And also try to, if possible, rest your throat, your vocal cords, to be able to repair them quickly, if that is possible at all. Um, are there any other symptoms that you have been having with this?
My eyes are a bit sore, Doctor.
Oh, okay. When did that start?
A couple of days ago.
Hmm. Right. And have you experienced this before?
No, no, I haven't.
Okay, right. Are you allergic to anything? Have you come into contact with anything that you might be allergic to?
I don't think so, Doctor. No, not that I know of.
Okay, right. I see. Um, are your eyes itchy, or do you have like a burning sensation?
Yeah, they're a little bit itchy. Little bit itchy.
Okay, maybe in that case, you might have a little bit of dry eye. So I will prescribe you some eye drops, and this should help with your dry eye, um, and the itchiness as well. If you find that the eye drops are irritating your eyes even more, stop using them immediately, um, and book an appointment to come and see me as soon as possible, and we can change them, because some people are sensitive to certain medication, so we can always change them as well to try and alleviate the symptoms best possible. So yeah, I think the medication and the eye drops will be enough for you to hopefully get over these symptoms. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, thank you, Doctor. No, that's everything. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And I'll see you again if anything else comes up, of course.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right. Bye bye.
Jordan, that was you were. I actually felt like I was talking to a doctor there. You were incredible. You assumed the role, your advice. So there's a different career waiting for you there, I think.
Method acting.
Amazing, amazing. I wonder as well, everyone listening, I wonder if you were able to understand Jordan and all the wonderful language that he was using when he was giving me advice. Yeah, there was some amazing expressions there actually. Alleviate, which is
Yes.
a really nice verb, to
Yes.
alleviate your symptoms. So to make your symptoms less, to make you
Yeah.
feel better, right? Um, you said persist if your
Mhm.
symptoms persist. So to persist, to carry
Meaning
on.
to continue and carry on. Yes. It basically, if if they don't stop, of course. Yeah. Yeah, that those two are very commonly used in, I think, doctors' surgeries. I've heard them a lot of the time in that environment. So I think they're good words for people to know if ever they need to see a doctor in an English speaking country, of course. So yeah,
Definitely. You also said a course of as well, which was nice. A course of medication.
yeah,
Listeners, students might not know that expression. A course of.
yeah. That
With,
that's a good
yeah,
one, actually. Yeah, I suppose the a course of means just like the duration, doesn't it? The time frame for people to use the medicine.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah.
I think you're right. I think going to the doctors in an English-speaking country probably stresses a lot of people out. People
Mm,
who don't speak English as their first language, because when you go to the doctors, you want to be 100% accurate with what you say, and also
yeah,
you want to understand everything that the doctor says to you, don't you? Because you might be anxious about the reason you're going. So I hope that role play
absolutely.
has helped a little bit to give people confidence that they were able
Definitely.
to understand. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and once again, if anyone is interested in submitting their ideas for role play, or even an idea for something that we can do on the podcast to help you guys, don't forget to email us at English to Takeaway Pod at gmail.com, and we will, of course, read through your emails and select the ones that we want to try and show on the podcast for you to get the most benefit out of course.
Yeah, perfect. And also, listening, you might also have an internet story that you found, a fun, interesting internet story that you want us to talk about and discuss. So
That's
send in
true.
those ideas as well.
Yeah, yeah. We don't always see the latest internet stories. So yeah, that's a good one. If they can tell us some interesting stories that they want us to discuss, then that's perfect.
Should we do the English to take away now, Jordan? The five items of language from the podcast.
Absolutely, yes.
All right. Okay. The first one I've got to mention because I love this expression. It's a really, I know it's kind of a really natural expression. Was you said I don't have the foggiest. I don't have the foggiest. So can you explain what that means? If someone says something to you, maybe asks you a question, and you
Yeah,
answer, "I don't have the foggiest." What does it mean?
it in a roundabout way, it means that I have literally no idea. I wouldn't even like to consider the possibility of answering that question, because I have no clue as to what the answer might be. Not even a hint of an idea. So when we say I haven't got the foggiest, or I haven't the foggiest, it just means I don't have any knowledge that I can offer in that situation of answering the question. But yeah, it's a it's a fun expression to use, actually. I,
It's,
I like that one a lot.
it's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Did you have one for number two?
Yes, I did have one, but it's one that we used in the role play, and I think a lot of people um they don't often use it. And I know it might seem a bit basic, but symptom or symptoms, this is very, very important when you're talking about something that you have, or something that you of course have caught in terms of a cold. So symptoms are things that are put together to make your illness or your sickness. Headache, runny nose, fever, hot and cold sweats as well, muscle pain. There are a lot of symptoms that we can describe. So I think symptoms is a good word to use in this case.
Yeah, no, definitely, it's a great one. And also, if you do go to the doctor in an English-speaking country, undoubtedly the doctor's going to ask you, what are your symptoms? So
Yeah,
really important to know what that actually means, isn't it? And
absolutely.
yeah, the next one I had was, I've got to mention the goats, of course, because you know I love goats. So the adjective fussy. Goats are
Ah,
fussy eaters. So a fussy
yes.
eater, you don't eat everything. You pick and choose what to eat. There are many
Mhm.
things you don't like eating. I thought
Yes,
that was a nice adjective, fussy.
absolutely. Yeah. And I love my phrasal verbs, and um, the one that you used, I think, when we were talking about the gym, keep it up, um, is a nice phrasal verb that we can use when we want to describe um, continuing something, right? Somebody, when we say keep it up, it means continue doing what you are doing. We often see this in praises for children if they have done a good job at school. The teacher may say, "Well done, you did fantastic today. Keep it up." Um, it's a nice everyday phrasal verb that is used.
Yeah, brilliant. I know you love your phrasal verbs, Jordan. So that's a
Yes.
brilliant one. Yeah. Okay, number five, the last one. When we
Yep.
were talking about the gym, you said that many people in the Philippines don't have a disposable income, which
Hmm.
is a nice collocation, isn't it? And a
Yes.
nice phrase, nice expression. So, a disposable income means, I guess, money at the end of the month to spend on fun or leisure things or other things apart from your bills and your food and surviving, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. The kind of like the luxury items, I suppose, that we might come to take for granted sometimes, as we grow in terms of career and things. Like, a lot of people will spend money on things that maybe are not necessary, but they like them, they want them, and yeah, that income is considered disposable income, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
But yeah, those fun and really, if we look at the vocabulary, the takeaway today, all of those words and phrases can be used in everyday life, like in multiple situations as well. Apart from probably the symptoms one, um, the others can be used in a variety of different scenarios. So, yeah, really good, actually. Very, very valuable.
Yeah, no, it's great. One more thing as well, like we were talking at the beginning about creepy crawlies. So when you next see a huntsman spider in your house or a big spider, take
Yeah,
a photo of it and then please, and we can put it, can't we, on the Instagram, or we can
absolutely.
put it on the YouTube community part. So that would be I would personally love to see one of those huge spiders that you
Yeah,
live.
I'll have a look as well. We might head up into the mountains at some point, and if I see a millipede again, I'll snap a shot of that one as well. And
Cool.
yeah, we can get a scrapbook of all of the strange things that we find.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. All right,
That's
Jordan. Well, I guess
awesome.
the final thing to say is, yeah, don't forget the email address, English to Takeaway Pod jordan@gmail.com. Send your
Yeah.
roleplay ideas, your interesting internet stories, or anything that you want Jordan and I to answer about English language as well.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, once again, it's been an absolute pleasure. Really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Jordan. Thanks,
All
everyone.
right.
See you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.